What if the greatest monster of ancient mythology wasn't born evil, but created as punishment? Hidden beneath the palace of Crete, there once lived a creature half man, half bull, a being trapped in darkness, feared by all and remembered forever. This is the story of the Minotaur. Before heroes became legends, before names like Theseus were whispered through time, there was a king who defied the will of the gods, and in doing so brought a curse upon his own bloodline. Deep beneath the island of Crete, within walls no one could escape, a creature was born. Not entirely human, not entirely beast. A living symbol of pride, punishment, and the consequences of disobedience. This is the story of the Labyrinth and the Minotaur with him. King Minos of Crete sought to prove that he was chosen by the gods. He prayed to Poseidon, god of the sea, asking for a sign so powerful that no one could deny his right to rule. And Poseidon answered. From the depths of the ocean rose a magnificent white bull, perfect, divine, a creature meant to be sacrificed in honor of the god. But when Minos saw the bull, he hesitated. It was too beautiful, too rare, too valuable. Instead of offering it to Poseidon, he kept it for himself and sacrificed another in its place. A small deception, a silent betrayal. But the gods do not forget. Poseidon's anger was swift, but he didn't strike Minos directly. Instead, he chose something far more cruel. He cursed Pasiphae, the queen of Crete. A madness took hold of her heart, an unnatural desire, an obsession with the sacred bull. Unable to resist the curse, she turned to Daedalus, the greatest craftsman of the age. She begged him for help. And Daedalus, bound by loyalty or fear, agreed. He built a hollow structure in the shape of a cow, covered in hide, realistic, deceptive, a creation meant to deceive nature itself. The curse was fulfilled. From that union came something the world had never seen, a child, if it could be called it, with the body of a man and the head of a bull. Its strength was immense, its nature uncontrollable. Minos saw the creature and understood the truth. This was no gift. This was punishment, a living consequence of his defiance. He named it the Minotaur, the bull of Minos. The creature couldn't be allowed to roam free. It was too dangerous, too unpredictable, too unnatural. So Minos once again turned to Daedalus. Build me a prison, he said, but not just any prison. A place no one could escape, a place where even memory would be lost. And so Daedalus created the Labyrinth, a vast twisting maze beneath the palace of Crete. Corridors within corridors, paths that led nowhere, turns that trapped the mind. Once inside, there was no way out, and at its center, the Minotaur. But the story doesn't end in Crete. It spreads across the sea to the city of Athens. After a war between Athens and Crete, King Minos demanded a terrible tribute. Every 9 years, 7 young men and 7 young women would be sent into the labyrinth, not as prisoners, but as offerings. They would wander in darkness until the Minotaur found them. None returned. The labyrinth became a place not only of stone, but of fear. Among those chosen for sacrifice was a prince, Theseus, son of the king of Athens. But Theseus didn't intend to die. He volunteered, not to be offered, but to end the curse. When he arrived in Crete, something unexpected happened. Ariadne, daughter of Minos, fell in love with him, and she saw what others couldn't: a chance, a way to break the cycle. She gave Theseus a simple gift, a ball of thread. "Follow it," she said, "and you will find your way back." Theseus entered the labyrinth. Darkness surrounded him. The air was heavy, silent. Each step echoed. He unwound the thread behind him as he walked deeper, further, closer, until he heard it. Breathing heavy, slow. The Minotaur. The creature stepped from the shadows, massive, powerful, terrifying. A being born not of choice, but of curse. They faced each other, man and monster, and in that moment only one could leave. The battle was fierce, but Theseus prevailed. With strength, skill, and perhaps fate itself, he struck the monster down. The beast fell, and with it the curse began to break. But killing the Minotaur was only half the battle. The labyrinth still held its prisoners, still consumed all who entered. But Theseus had Ariadne's thread. He followed it back, step by step, through darkness, through confusion, until finally he emerged alive, free, and victorious. The Minotaur is often remembered as a monster, a creature of fear and violence. But its story is more than that. It is the result of a broken promise, a king's pride, a god's punishment, a creation born without choice. The labyrinth itself is not only a place, it is a symbol of being lost, of facing something within that we do not understand. And Theseus is not only a hero, he is the one who dares to enter the darkness and return. The ancient Greeks believed the monsters were never just monsters. They were reflections, warnings, echoes of human choices. And deep within every labyrinth there is something waiting, not only to be feared, but to be faced.